Hi all, welcome back to our channel Smiles and Love with Neha and Tejas. Tejas is not there today because today's video is about all things content creation. You would have seen me on my Instagram page Smiles and Postcards, and thank you so much for showering all the love and support. This is a YouTube channel, and today I'm going to walk you all through many questions that you all have about content creation. So I wrote down all your questions and responses and I've shortlisted top 10. So we're going to talk about this 10 questions today. How did you start your content creation journey? So I started this page as my personal account back in 2015. Then in 2019, I started traveling. I took my first trip to Rajasthan, then Uttarakhand, and then I even traveled to Bangalore. And that's when I thought, okay, I love traveling. I love putting out, I love capturing, the moments, the photos. So why not just post it on my account? And that's when I started posting on this account. Back then, my inspirations were Larissa, Anune, Brinda Sharma. Like I would look at them and see, oh, they travel so much, and they keep posting and they take us through them to so many places. And those were my inspiration. I thought, okay, I'm gonna do a travel blog. That's when I actually started towards like the first step of content creation. I thought, okay, you have inspiration, let's do it like that. Then came COVID, and we all know no travel in COVID, and my page majorly became only about me. And that's when an idea struck me that, okay, I love traveling. That's what postcards are about. And the page is also me, which, I put myself out there, my photos, my moments. And that's how I created the username Smiles and Postcards. That's what you all see every day, right? But then I got placed in Goldman Sachs in 2021. That's where, my job started. And I would only do Instagram as a passion, not like, oh, it's my career or I have to become a content creation, nothing of those sort. I merely would enjoy posting travel. I had a full-time job. I was a risk analyst back then, and I was doing mundane finance work. Now, what actually took a U-turn, like a 360-degree change, was when Tejas joined me. So I started posting photos with him, videos with him, and then I realized that, okay, people are loving it. Might as well, try to have a little couple content. And Tejas was very shy, very reluctant in the start. He's like, no, I don't want to do this. So one out of every fifth post, I started posting about Tejas. After marriage is when we decided, okay, we'll make this page as Neha and Tejas. Slightly moving from solo travel content to couple content, and that's it. That's when I realized, okay, we are good at it, and we do, can create content. We started creating content around marriage, about relationships, and that's what is growing on Instagram on our page, and that's what you all love. How should one start their page and content journey? Simple answer, just start. Create a page, start posting, and you don't have to figure it out all at once. Like, hey, today itself, you did not figure out that what content I'm supposed to make, or, what am I going to put outside. First, take the step of creating that page. Where to start is, the most common question, the most common doubt. It's simple. Start with who you are. Start with what you like. You like food, post food vlogs, post food recipes. You like fashion, go ahead, post your OOTD, post your fit checks. You like travel, post your snaps, videos. Instagram is more about reels nowadays. Capture one or two videos and post it. Just take that one step of posting, and I'm telling you, it will come to you. I'll tell you this by experience. I have meaning to start YouTube for so long time. It's been at least 8 to 10 months that I'm thinking of starting YouTube, but today is the time I'm actually sitting in front of the camera talking to you all, doing a Q&A and making this video. So it's just about starting, just post things about what you're reading, what you're where you're traveling, the sceneries, your makeup stuff. But do post, and it will slowly build, the confidence will slowly come. So starting content creation journey, can be, very overwhelming, where to start, where not to. You need to take baby steps towards it. Talk in front of the camera, or if not, just capture stuff and start posting. It's free, so you can just do it. And if you don't like it, you can delete it. But you at least put yourself out there. The same question also had, what equipments do we need for content creation journey? Honestly, I know you can do content creation without equipments also, but the most basic are this, 3-4 things. A camera. Not necessary you need a DSLR, you need an iPhone, you need a camera wherein you can shoot good quality videos yourself or whatever you're trying to put it out there. So you need a camera. Second, you need a tripod. That's what I'm shooting this on currently, because you might not always have someone to take your photos or videos. So a tripod, you get it easily for 700, 800 on Amazon. Third, I have not invested in lights yet, but lights is really good. If you're able to shoot in natural light, well and good. If not, if you can carry those small lights for your content, good. And fourth has to be mic, because it's noisy. I did not know what quality mic one is supposed to buy. I just got this from Amazon. That's it. You need is like this 4 basics to start. When you're starting, you don't even need any of them. Trust me, I did not have a tripod till 2023. You don't really need all of them. Like, it should not be okay, after I get a tripod, I will start. After I get mic, I will start. No, just start, then start getting things. What niche should I choose? What is growing? Okay. I have, tried being a niche. Like, I had tried choosing travel as my niche. But what really works is you being you. Like, what am I here to see on your page? Okay, cool if you're showing travel content and I want to see you for travel content. But you need not belong to a niche. And this I've learned from Prachi and Harsh, which are also my, the content creators I look up to. So they say that you show yourself and you become the niche. I put out so many things on my page. I put out the clothes I'm wearing, the books I'm reading. So, like, you can have a variety of things you want to show the audience, and they would love you for everything, not just one thing. And what niche is growing? Honestly, I think, this is my opinion, I do not know. I see that for content creators, fashion, lifestyle, makeup, skincare, these are the things which are, always growing. So if you're someone who is into fashion, you're someone into skincare, makeup, the world is your limit. There are so many things, so many people wanting to follow you, to see, more content of fashion, lifestyle, makeup, skincare. So you should, choose that if you're into it. Other thing I've seen is couple content also works really good if you are married, not married, in relationship, couple. That content also works really good. And other than that, you have a giants. You have fintech, you have healthcare. But as content creation, I think fashion, lifestyle, skincare, makeup, and then couples also do like really good. These are like the growing niches. How did you learn about charging initially for a collaboration? The page actually grew in 2021, 2022, post 2021 and 2022. So let's say in 2023. I was doing a full-time job with Goldman Sachs, and so in GS, you have to declare any outside businesses. Now, Instagram, if you're monetizing, you have to declare it in the office. So I went ahead, declared. And then we had a rule that we could only earn 10% of a salary. So example, if my salary was 1 lakh, then only 10% of my salary is what I could actually earn. And that is like 10,000. And let's say you're getting 2 or 3 brand collabs, you can't do it, because one brand collab, you will charge 5k, 6k. How can you do 2? Because it will exceed 10k. When I started actually charging brands, which was in start of 2024, is when we actually monetized our Instagram. I would charge 2,000 rupees. And it was very funny because I did not know how much to charge. We did not have friends, right? Now to have so much information out there, I'm telling you so many things. So I went ahead and I said to a few brands, we'll do it in 2000, we'll do it in 4000, we'll do it in 5000. And that's exactly how we started our monetization journey. We were at 50 to 75k, and yet we would charge 5k. And honestly, I was very happy with it because it was a passion that suddenly created monetization or monetary benefits for us. So I was even happy with the 5k that it was getting because I had a full-time job, I had a good pay there. I was not doing Instagram just for the money. So it was just like a side benefit and was very happy. Then eventually I met people and they were like, if you have 100k followers, you charge like, 80k, 1 lakh. And I was so surprised that, oh, we were at 75k charging 5,000, and we were so undercharging ourselves. But having said that, there was no way we could increase our collaboration charges because, again, my office did not allow that. We had to like stick to charging very less. But then once I did a course with Urbi, like she has this content to crore masterclass course where I wanted to see how much you really charge. And then according to her formulas and all she gave, we were like way, we were here, and you could actually charge. So from 100k followers, you can easily charge between 50k to 1 lakh. And we thought, oh, there is so much money in this field. Does Instagram pay? No. Instagram does not pay like YouTube. YouTube, after you complete few levels of followers, watch hours, and view time, then YouTube would pay you via AdSense or the ads thing. But Instagram does not give you money for your followers, nor for your views, nor for your reels, nothing. Instagram does not pay. How can we earn money on Instagram? So if you're a beginner, I'm gonna tell you 4 basic ways you can earn money on Instagram. The first that rules the world in Instagram are brands. Brands paying you money for promoting their products. Collaborations. This is the major chance from where your money would come if you are going to be a content creator. Brands. Second, UGC videos. UGC videos is something that you create a video for a brand, but you don't have to post it on your page. Or sometimes you can post it on your page also, but they send you their products. You create a video and send it to them. That's how you can you can earn money too. Third, affiliate marketing. I put out Bishlink on my page, and there are many creators who give you links. You see reels which says DM for link or comment for link. When you buy something from these links, the creator gets a commission from 5% to 10% based upon which app they're using. So you can earn money through affiliate marketing, Bishlink, Lela. There are a couple of more. Some brands even have their own affiliate marketing, like Nykaa. Nykaa has Snap. You can, sell their products on your website and you'll earn some commission. So third is that. The fourth is, this is not very well known, but music companies like T-Series or different music houses, they pay you for promoting their songs. So we do a lot of song collaborations, which in terms means that you just have to make a reel on the song and they pay you to do that. So these are the 4 ways I have seen we have tried earning money from. There could be more, but to my knowledge, these are the 4 basic ways of earning money on Instagram. What editing app should I use? Okay. So I tell you what I use. I started using VN app. It's free for 100 videos. And I've been using that since a long time. There is Canva that you can use, which has really cool text and stickers and a lot of editing options, but it is paid. And you can also use Instagram's own app, which is called Edits. It has many text options. You can add a song, sound effects, many things there. InShot is another app that I use sometimes. So yeah, how to charge brands. We spoke about charging brands, but honestly, you need to try and test. So if you're at 10k followers, okay, try to say half of what your follower count is. Let's start with 5k. Tell the brand, for one reel, 5k. And don't forget to charge for your digital rights. We were so foolish back then. We had worked with a brand. They put our content everywhere on their website, on their Instagram. They were running ads, and when we asked, they said, "Hey, we don't pay for digital rights." But that's not the case. You need to get paid for your digital rights. So you need to charge some amount, let's say half of what you're charging for your reel, charge that for your digital rights. Have a separate charge for your story, for static post. Yeah, so if you're somewhere around 100K, start with 50K. For around 200K, start with a lakh. Brands will negotiate to half. Like we have faced it, we'll be like, okay, for one real 50K commercials, they're like, oh, but we can only do 25K. So we have faced that, and it usually happens where they just cut you into half whatever price you say. So you can try out that. 9th question. This was a very funny one. How to create viral reels and what is your strategy? Yeah, no one and absolutely no one can tell ki what is going to go viral. What works with us and what my strategy has been since I've worked on this page. I post every day. I try to post content every day. It might and might not work for you, but it works for me. I put out things every day about couples, about travel, about anything in our life, day in our life, or something like that. And one of the 10 reels that I post every day goes viral. And if you ask me what goes viral, honestly, relatability is selling like crazy. Couples, I follow a page, Vibe with Yashi, and they have grown insanely over the time because they are so relatable. You need to see what is relatable in your niche. If you're doing fashion, what's going on? When Met Gala or Cannes happens, things go so viral. Everyone who's posting about that goes viral. So, what is the hot topic of that time? That helps you go viral. But again, I've learned it from Prach and Harsh. Do not chase virality because you want to create a authentic community who loves you for who you are. It's good to do trends once in a while. It's good to have fun, but you also want to put yourself out there. And you are not the viral, right? You are like normal humans. So yeah, you try to put your best, but you try to create relatable content, funny content that's relatable to you and me. Like there's another creator who creates content about she and her mother-in-law, and it is so relatable to so many people. So they share, and that's how things go viral. Your last question, then, your favorite inspiration for content creators. Okay, I mentioned currently, I look up to two creators. Prach and Harsh are always on my list. It's not that page, who does viral reels all the time. It's more about relationships. It's more about their daily life. Um, so I like it. I like the life they're creating, and we look up to them. Second is I also like Radhika Seth a lot. I love. She is my inspiration for Pilates as well. The lifestyle kind of icons. So these are the two pages that I follow religiously for my content. And I also like Mostly Sane's page because, again, have you seen the similarity between all of these three, that they did not stick to a niche? Like Mostly Sane, if you see, Pradita Kohli does dance videos, she puts out gym, she puts out her acting thing, she puts out her books, and that's what I'm trying to say, that you put out yourself and you become the niche. So, yeah, these are my inspirations. Okay, that's it. I guess I've answered 10 questions in a go, but I have some cold and don't mind my voice. But I hope you all enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed telling you all this stuff. And do let me know in comments what else we could talk about. If you have any follow-up questions, do let me know. And see you all in next video. Bye bye.